So today we are going to learn about data models from the chapter Database Management System. So before going to the topic, I would like you to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can also utilize this video. Okay, so first thing that we are going to see here is data model. So in the last video of database, we have learned about what a database is and different terminologies. So today we will be learning about what data models are and what does it mean and what are the different types of data model. So the first thing we need is to design a database is its design. So we have got three models of database using which the database is being designed. So that three things are known as the data models. Okay, so the first one is conceptual data model, the second one is logical data model, and third one is physical data model. And what does this mean? Let's see. So here an example is given where to understand this concept, data models assume the simplified version of school. So given as an example of school offers various courses, vocational, academic, short-term, long-term, etc. to its students. Due to increasing number of students and a large number of courses, it is becoming difficult for the school to manage its database containing the data of the students and courses and result everything manually. Okay, so before, when the things were there in the school, so many things are happening inside the school regarding appointment of staffs, regarding the vocational courses, regarding the academic things going on, and sports going on, and all these things are available in the school. So it's very difficult to manage all these things together manually. Especially manually means what are the connection between different departments, all those things has to be mentioned. So instead of that, the school decides to hire a software consultant, say Mr. Softcon. So software consultant named Mr. Softcon is there to computerize this database. So and database has some properties that help us to manage this data in a better way. Okay, so to computerize the database, Mr. Softcon designs a conceptual data model, then the logical data model, and then the physical data model. So first, when he starts with this school database, he directly cannot go and just design everything and give it in front of you. So for that he has to go for conceptual data model, then he has to see the logical data model, then he has to see the physical. So what are these things? Let's see in detail one by one. Okay, first one is conceptual data model. So conceptual data model is the highest level of model or design. So how it looks is, it can be thought of as a bird's eye view of the database. So how, if you see a person is seeing this database from outside, how it will look like, that information will be covered or designed in conceptual data model. For example, if you see this, you can come to know that you have got students here, you have got courses here, you have got result of those student and courses attached together, then based on the marks you have got result, and all those things, how they are connected to each other. Okay, now let me just clear this out. Okay, so here this model identifies the entities, the various entities are student, course, result, marks, all these things, and the highest level of relationship among them. That means how they are connected to each other. So for that we have to know constraints, then we will be able to define this relationship. But now we have to know what it will do. Conceptual model displays the entities and then the relationship among them. We don't have to go in detail what these things are. And so that is conceptual model. And then in this conceptual model you will be able to understand, or you will be able to see the entities and the relationship. So here if you see, these are the entities: marks, result, and student, course can be entities. Okay, So if you take all these things, how this arrow mark can be the relationship between them, okay, how they are connected, those relationship will be shown through this. Now no attribute is specified here. You are not mentioning what are the attributes available in each entity. For result, what are the attributes? Attributes means the columns which are available. No primary key. So primary key, what is a primary key, we have to know before that, and no primary key is being specified here. So I would just like to tell you that primary key is, for each table you have got many columns and rows. Okay, so columns are there, c1, c2, c3, c4. So in that, consider c1 column is the column through which a person or each row is identified uniquely. That means if you take some list of students in your class, every student has got a different roll number. Roll number 1 will not be same as roll number 2. Roll number 21 is a different student, 31 is a different student. So everybody will be identified through this roll number. If you take name, like if you take anybody's name like Lena, chances are there that in the same class you will have another Lena, and you can take Ashwin. This Ashwin can be Ashwin K and Ashwin B, can be two different students, but their names are same. So you can't take the name as a primary key. So roll number can be a primary key in a table. Okay, so that is what primary key. So in this conceptual model, nowhere the primary keys are being mentioned. So that is what primary key is. Okay, so next, if you go next model that is being specified is logical data model. Logical data model is just a bit more closer look of your database. So in this model you will be able to see the entities and their relationships only, and we will be describing the attributes as well. Okay, so now you will be able to see the entities are all these things: student, course, marks, result, as we have seen in the diagram. And then we will be seeing their relationship plus their attributes. In the previous conceptual model, nowhere the attributes were specified. Okay, now we can go to the next page. So if you see this is a logical data model. Student has got admission number, and he has got a course code, name, address, then the subject code, result of that thing, and then subject code 2, its result, subject code 3, its result. All these information are available for a student entity. Okay, if you take course has got course code. The code of the course will be there. Like if it is IT department, it has got a course code. Type, what type of course is that information will be there. It is an information technology course, so that will be there. It is an electronics course, that will be there. Course name. Okay, so you can consider here, if it is a course code, let it be course number 001. Okay, and course type is, let it be IT, and then course name will be information technology. Okay, that elaboration will be shown here, information technology. Next is eligibility. What is the eligibility to get there? Then subject code 1, so its name, maximum marks, pass percentage. Like this, you have got so many information displayed here. Okay, next one is marks. And marks, what you need for that? You need admission number, course code, subject code, anything. This is a basic example which is shown this way. So before we have got the student, course, marks and result. Now it's being elaborated in this picture of logical data model, where you can see more columns of those same entities. Okay, so nothing to worry, you can make your own table. So in this case, they have created the attributes of each and every entity. Okay, this is the example of logical data model. Now you can see here table course, this is foreign key. Okay, so just before in the conceptual model I have told you what is a primary key. Primary key, I'm writing for easiness, primary key. Okay, so I told you some columns has to be identified uniquely, like a roll number which is not repeated again, that can be taken as a primary key. So these primary keys can sometimes be used in some other table. At that time, this primary key will become foreign key. Okay, it is used in some other table. Primary key, when used in some other table, it becomes foreign to that particular table, and we call it as foreign key. A bit of elaboration of the same topic will be given to you. It comes under the topic constraints, so we can see that later. Okay, so you have got some constraints there. If you see this example, course, student, marks, result, these are the four tables that are used here. For course, you have none of the foreign keys. For student, you have got course code and subject code. So these can be primary key in some other table. That means maybe in the course table, this course code will be a unique number. Like you are getting IT, then electronics, then computer science, like that you will have information. So that when used in student table becomes foreign key. Okay, next is admission number. Admission number is not used in marks. It can be in the students table, a primary key. If you see this picture, it will be clear to you. Admission number in the students table. So admission number in the student table is marked this gray. It is a primary key here. For this one, course code is a primary key here. That means this course code will not be repeated for any of the courses. So now this course code is used in student table. So if you see here, course code is used somewhere. Yeah, here course code is used, which is taken from this table and used here. So this course code was primary key here, but now it has become a foreign key. So this is an example of foreign key. Okay, so that is what listed in this table. Marks, admission number, course code, subject code. If you see admission numbers, course code and subject code, these are here primary keys. It is used in the marks table. So that's the relationship between them, and that is shown by these arrows. Okay, so that is what a primary key and a foreign key is. Now logical data model, to summarize, it is all the entities and relationships among them, and normalization occurs at this level. This is a new term that we will be seeing later. So normalization occurs at this level. All attributes for each entities are specified. You are going to see the information of the columns in this one that we have already seen in the picture. Okay, so that is also shown in this logical data model. The primary key for each entity is specified. That is also there. Primary key is being specified, and in our example, primary keys have been highlighted. So in that previous example, you have seen that gray colored things. Those are the primary keys, and foreign keys are specified. Okay, so using the primary key, you can make foreign key in another table. So that is also identified. Okay, so logical model, what it does, you have got all the entities and relationship as in conceptual model. You have got all the attributes specified. You have got primary keys as specified. You have got foreign key specified. With that, you have got this term normalization done, and what it is you will learn in the later portion. Okay, next one is physical data model. Physical data model is representing the actual implementation of the logical data model. So just now you have seen logical data model was a picture where you were able to see what are the attributes and the primary keys and everything. Now you will be seeing the actual information, how these are to be implemented. Okay, so that is what a physical data model is. So in the physical data model, you will be able to see the column names, what are the data types of those column names, and then you will be seeing what are the constraints available in that column. Then you will be seeing the relationship between them. Primary key and foreign key are the constraints. Okay, so just now I mentioned about the constraints. Out of that, you are learning two. One is primary key, another one is foreign key, and what are the relationship between them. So in detail, you will get all the information about the physical data. You will be getting all the information in the physical data model regarding the columns and the attributes. Okay. Now, if you see for the same example of school has got admission number, course code, and these are the admission number, course code, name, address, all these things mentioned in your logical data model. Now, these are the primary key, foreign key, its data type, where, care are the data types. All these information are used in your physical data model. Okay. Now, course, if you see all the information of your uh, logical data model plus this data type, constraints, everything is there, and how they are related to each other. The relationships are also mentioned in this physical data model. Much more closer look is shown in the physical data model. So by this we have finished the data model topic. In that we have seen conceptual data model, logical data model, and physical data model. Now we are going to see the in-text questions of 23.1. So let's see this topic. First one is filling the blanks. A blank is an organized collection of data. So we are learning about database. It is a collection of organized data. So it is database. Okay. Having multiple copies of the same data is known as redundancy. Okay. Next one is in a blank database, the data is organized in a two-dimensional table. That means you will be having rows and columns. So what we call them? We call it as relational database. Okay. Rows and columns. So relational database is that. A blank key is a group of one or more columns in a table which is used to set relationship of a table with some other table. So foreign key is used in that case. State whether the following statements are true or false. Okay. Table can have more than one primary key. Since we have not learned about the primary key, usually for a table only one primary key will be there. So this is false. Okay. This statement is false. Next one is the relation can have more than one foreign key. That is true because the same primary key information can be taken from some other table also if you have more columns. By normalization, we combine all the data into one big table. No, that's false. Normalization doesn't mean that. Next one is conceptual data model and logical data model are same. No, they are not same. They are two different levels of data model. In the physical data model, we specify the data type of the attribute. That is true. Just now we have learned about it. Okay, so we have finished in-text question 23.1. So thank you for watching, and I would like you to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up and share it with your friends too. See you in the next video. Bye.